Very good morning, students. Last class we have completed up to electric current with water flow. We compared electric current with water flow in the last class. Today we are going to discuss about electrochemical cells or electric cells. What is electric cell? An electric cell is something that provides electricity to different devices that are not fed directly or easily by the supply of electricity. In addition to electrochemical, we use electrothermal source for generating electricity for large scale use. Yes, of course, electricity we are producing maximum by electrothermal source. By heat only we are producing most amount of electricity for our usage. Electric cell has two terminals. When electric cells are used, a chemical reaction takes place inside the cells which produces charge in the cell. Types of cell. Cells can be classified into primary cells and secondary cells. In our daily life, we are using cells and batteries for the functioning of a remote, toy car, clock, cell phone, etc. Even though all the devices produces electrical energy, some of the cells are reusable and some of them are single use. Do you know the reason? Based on their type, they are classified into two types, namely primary cell and secondary cell, which I told you now only, students. Cells can be classified into primary cell and secondary cell based on their usage. Primary cells. The dry cell commonly used in torches is an example of a primary cell. It cannot be recharged after use, but the secondary cells are used in automobiles and generators. The chemical reaction in them can be reversed, hence they can be recharged. Lithium cylindrical cells, button cells and alkaline cells are the other types that are in use. So already I told you about the secondary cell which are reusable. So better example for the secondary cells are mobile batteries are the best example for the secondary cells. Once the charge gets over, we can recharge again. We will not throw outside, students, that you know well. Once the cell phone charge gets over, we have to recharge. So those types of batteries are called secondary cells. So we will discuss the difference between the primary cells and the secondary cells. Primary cells are batteries that cannot be recharged or reused. Secondary cells are batteries that can be recharged and reused. Primary cells are irreversible reaction occur, but in the secondary cell reversible reactions occur. Primary cells can be used only once. Secondary cells can be used more than once. Primary cells used in portable devices as they produce current immediately. Secondary cells needs to be charged before use and are used in automobiles. Have lower self discharge, that is primary cells have a lower self discharge rates and can be used for long term storage of power. But secondary cells have a higher self discharge rate compared to primary cells. When compared to primary cells, have a higher self discharge rate compared to the primary cells. Have you understood, students? But I can give some more example for the primary cells and the secondary cells. Simple voltaic cell, Daniell cell and Lagrange cell and dry cell, these are the primary cells. And the examples for the secondary cells are lead acid accumulator, Edison accumulator and nickel ion accumulator. Let me give a brief explanation about primary cell or simply dry cell. You know, you would have seen the primary cell, that is simply a dry cell which is there in the picture here. Definitely you would have seen. A dry cell is a type of chemical cell commonly used in the common form batteries for many electrical appliances. It is a convenient source of electricity available in portable and compact form. It was developed in 1887 by Sakio of Japan. Dry cells are normally used in small devices such as a remote control for TV, torch, camera and toys. A dry cell is a portable form of a Leclanche cell. It consists of zinc vessel which act as a electrode, that is anode. The vessel contains a moist paste sawdust saturated with a solution of ammonium chloride. So here you can see the anode, zinc which acts as an electrode, in the name of anode. And here ammonium chloride symbol only NH4Cl students, ammonium chloride. The vessel contains a moist paste, you can notice it inside the battery. The vessel contains a moist paste of sawdust saturated with a solution of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. Here the ammonium chloride acts as an electrolyte. Here the ammonium chloride acts as an electrolyte. Electrolyte are substances that become ions in solution and acquire the capacity to conduct electricity. The purpose of zinc chloride is to maintain the moistness of the paste being highly hygroscopic. The carbon rod covered with a brass cap is placed in the middle of the vessel. It acts as another one electrode. We have two electrodes, one is positive and another one is negative electrode. Carbon rod acts as an electrode. It is surrounded by a closely packed mixture of charcoal and manganese dioxide, that is MnO2. MnO2 only manganese dioxide. In a muslin pack. Here MnO2 acts as a depolarizer. The zinc vessel is sealed at the top with pitch or shellac. A small hole is provided in it to allow the gases formed by the chemical action to escape. The chemical action inside the cell is the same as in Leclanche cell. The dry cell is not really dry in nature, but the quantity of water in it is very small, as the electrolyte is in the form of a paste. In other cells, the electrolyte is usually a solution, but here it is in the paste form. And next, let me explain about the battery, students. Batteries are a collection of one or more cells. Batteries are a collection of one or more cells whose chemical reactions create a flow of electrons in a circuit. All the batteries are made up of three basic components: an anode, a cathode, and some kind of electrolyte. Electrolyte is a substance that chemically reacts with the anode and cathode. I told you about electrolyte. Electrolyte is a substance that chemically reacts with the anode and cathode. Invention of the battery. How they invented the battery. Listen to the story, students. One fateful day in 1780, Italian physician, biologist and philosopher Luigi Galvani was dissecting a frog attached to a brass hook. As he touched the frog's leg with an iron scalpel, the leg twitched. Galvani theorized that the energy came from the leg itself, but his fellow scientist Alessandro Volta believed otherwise. Volta hypothesized that the frog's leg impulses were actually caused by different metals soaked in a liquid. He repeated the experiment using the cloth soaked in brine instead of a frog corpse, which resulted in a similar voltage. Volta published his finding in 1791 and later created the first battery, the voltaic pile. The invention of the modern battery is often attributed to Alessandro Volta. It actually started with a surprising accident which I told you now only, by involving the dissection of a frog. The battery was invented by Alessandro Volta, students, you have to know. I hope you are understood, students. Thank you.